You have become the host!
Welcome to Xbox On and another Deals of the Week, where we check out all the awesome games on sale this week and give you our pick of the bunch.
You might want to hold on to your favorite cuddly friend this week, as there's a big sale on a ton of cool horror games. Maybe you can stock up for next Halloween or chicken out and play them now in a nice bright room and an emotional support fish friend to help you through.
If none of these catch your fancy, don't forget to check out the full list in the description below. Let's have a look.
What the hell is this place? How did I get here?
First spook of the week comes with a deep dive to the reaches of the Atlantic Ocean in SOMA.
The radio is dead, food is running out, and the machines have started to think they're people. Lovely. Where is everyone, and what's that weird voice in your head? Ah, it's just the AI, never mind, I'm sure they're just trying to help.
You're Simon, and you're a real fish out of water as you wash up in this facility and explore in first person while discovering the reality of humanity's demise.
There are monsters to avoid, and your main weapon here is stealth, something I'm not so good at, which would inevitably result in a horrible, horrible death.
In SOMA, you can choose to play in safe mode, which keeps all the horror of the monsters but removes the risk of death. If only that was in real life.
For the full experience, however, we'd recommend keeping that risk alive. It's a puzzle-solving, explorative romp through an underwater mystery, and it's 60% off this week.
A great one to jump into with friends and blame them for your probable failure is Dead by Daylight, which might just hook you with a meaty 50% off.
In this creepy survival game, you have two options. You either work together as a team of 4 to escape a deadly evil killer, or you play as the deadly evil killer instead.
It's all about that third-person situational awareness as you try and keep tabs on the killer while giving yourself and your teammates the best possible chances of survival.
The killer plays in first person, and their only mission is to catch all of you one by one and murder you in some awful, brutal way. We got your attention yet?
There are 16 survivors to choose from, each one offering perks that can enhance your gameplay, like faster base movement speed or recoverability if you're unlucky enough to get caught.
As you play, you can level up these perks, and by the last level, you can actually teach the perks to other survivors you're playing with, so you can all share the benefits. Pretty cool.
There are currently 14 killers to try your luck with, all looking visually very, very different, and each one having very, very different ways of playing and killing.
They all have quite detailed and terrifying backstories to explore too, if that's your kind of thing. All in all, it's a tense, thrilling survival experience that's perfect for a few friends to jump into on Xbox.
I bid you welcome to my cabinet of perturbation.
One of the most infamous games out there for many reasons, Amnesia is the kind of game where you might want to play with the lights on.
At least that's how I'd be playing it, cuddling a teddy and surrounded by soft, warm, fuzzy blankets. Luckily, there isn't just one game to scare your socks off with. There are multiple, including The Dark Descent, the expansion Justine, and sequel A Machine for Pigs.
All three are conveniently packaged in the Amnesia collection and are on sale this week with 40% off. The Dark Descent is incredibly highly rated, and if you're a horror fan, it's a must play. In this first-person adventure, you follow protagonist Daniel in his journey through a dark and frankly horrifying castle while attempting to maintain his dwindling sanity.
Not an easy task when you're confronted by all sorts of, oh my god, what is that? That will chase you until you're out of sight. And oh, did I mention you're unarmed? Nothing like feeling helpless in a dark castle full of monsters.
Expansion Justine follows a bit of a different vibe, involving a lot more puzzle solving and some truly awful dilemmas. But I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm going to leave it there.
Finally, A Machine for Pigs is an indirect sequel set in the same universe, but with a completely different storyline. And if you enjoyed The Dark Descent, you might be a fan. You've awakened in your bed with a terrible fever, and your children need saving.
Again, the collection is 40% off this week, so it's a great opportunity to see what's to love about one of the most highly regarded horrors out there.
Damn it! Just die!
It's a classic, the character that embedded himself into the nightmares of pretty much everyone in the 1980s. Jason Voorhees is one of the most recognizable characters in horror, with his hockey mask and variety of melee weapons. But they say the best way to get over fear is to face it. And what better way to face your fear than to actually be Jason? Well, you're not actually facing him.
Unless you look in the mirror. Friday the 13th is a multiplayer fear fest that sees groups of counselors banding together to fight off the omnipresent threat that is Mr. Voorhees himself.
Each game will need you to adapt your tactics and change your plan every time you play, because nothing stays reliable for too long. Your characters can be improved with upgrades through unlocks, customizations, and more to give you the edge in your fight for survival.
Friday the 13th is a whole 75% off this week and is a bunch of fun for co-op play with your friends.
You think you're gonna find the truth. You think you'll uncover something, and everything will just fall into place.
You have become the host!
Another incredibly popular horror coming up with Outlast. In a classic trope, you're a keen journalist who's taken it upon himself to break into and discover the secrets of a long-abandoned mental asylum.
This brings a whole new meaning to having a pressing deadline. Once you're in, you're in. Only your night vision equipped camcorder is there to help you navigate the dark, at the mercy of the batteries that you may or may not find hanging around as you explore.
Stealth will be your best friend here as you hide in lockers and befriend the shadows while avoiding the threat of the enraged inmates. The asylum is not quite what it seems, which ironically is exactly what you'd expect.
But what you might not have expected is 80% off Outlast this week. Oh, what a discount.
Yeah, he's cool, so be nice. Oh, we won't bite.
Highly rated supernatural mystery game Oxenfree is 75% off this week. The setting is a military island, and the mystery is this weird ghostly rift thing that you and your friends have accidentally just opened because you guys know how to party.
It's up to you to determine Alex's story while making decisions that affect the life of you, your friends, and the island itself, so don't mess up.
It's an interesting mix of 3D and 2D, featuring 3D characters in an exclusively 2D environment, which looks very visually striking.
Much of the game is played through exploring dialogue action and playing around with Alex's radio to solve puzzles, and eventually the mystery itself.
From the makers of Inside, we have Limbo, a creepy Tim Burton-esque nightmare of a game.
There are puzzles, platforms, and an abundance of eerie ambient sounds to accompany you across every death, and there will likely be quite a few deaths.
You awaken in a forest on the edge of hell, which sounds like a typical Saturday morning, and unfortunately for you, people keep trying to murder you.
There are puzzles to solve involving basic things like gravity, and a few more difficult concepts like electromagnets, so if you fancy a challenge and want to put your life on the line, you know what to do.
Enjoy this grayscale challenge for 70% off.
I'm headed in.
Welcome aboard.
Are we free from the scary stuff?
No! No!
Can we come out from behind our pillars yet?
You hiding?
Yeah, I mean, I was, mentally. Alright, next up is a very unique game that goes by the name of Tacoma. Described as a narrative adventure, you find yourself aboard an unnervingly empty, high-tech spaceship from the year 2088.
You are Amy, and you've got a lot of questions about where the heck everyone is, and what on earth, or in space, happened.
Using your augmented reality device, you could go back and review events and actions that happened between the crew, giving you the ability to even follow crew members through their AR past to figure out what they were getting up to and where they went.
It's an intriguing and highly stylistic indie game. It's 4K Ultra HD, Play Anywhere, and Xbox One X Enhanced, and it could be yours for 70% off this week.
And that's what I'm here for. To make you believe.
So that's just a few of the great games on sale this week, but if you want to find out something different, check out the full list in the description below, and check us out on mixer.com/xboxon where we might be playing some of these.
Yeah, so do make sure to let us know down in the comments below which games you're going to be picking up, and if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button to never miss out on another video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.